Hi friends, welcome to the October edition of the Mindset Moment newsletter. As I said in the text, this is not just another email. We surveyed you, we listened, and we've changed up two things: our delivery method, which is now video, and the content that we share, because we don't want to be just another email. We want to be something that brings you value and tools that you can put to use right away. This month, I want to share with you the beginning chapters of my latest book, Daring to Hope: Simple Everyday Tools for Overcoming Discouragement. Now, Daring to Hope is currently at the editors, and the person who wrote the foreword shared with me that they actually were walking through just a really discouraging day, and that the tools were immediate, they were powerful, they were useful. The editor messaged me this week and gave me pretty much the same feedback. She said it was just what she was looking for to battle some discouragement that very day that she was reading the manuscript. So I share that with you to let you know that the tools are good, they're trustworthy, they're tools that I've used, they're tools now that you have the testimony of two other very lovely people who are more than willing to share with you that same encouragement. The thing with discouragement is discouragement happens. Life happens. Life can pile up on us. Those little things can pile up on us until we find ourselves sliding down that slope into the pit. And discouragement can come with devastating news, maybe from the doctor or from the boss, from the car mechanic, sometimes from our children. But discouragement happens, and when it happens, we need tools to combat it. So without going into whether God causes these things or allows them to happen, or whether they're consequences of our own actions, I really want to share with you that whatever level of discouragement you might be walking through, you can use that to leverage you into a deeper relationship with the Lord, and also to get back on track for the life purpose or your dreams, a vision for your life, and even to develop one if you don't have them. So next month we're going to go into that a little bit more. So discouragement comes generally when we feel lack. We might feel a lack of results, we might feel a lack of support, a lack of vision for our lives, a lack of faith even. So discouragement comes when there's a lack of hope, and hope always wins. So we definitely want to move from discouragement to hope. So hope in and of itself doesn't win, but hope in something that's sure and true and solid, that's where the win comes. So Desmond Tutu, that's my quote for the beginning of this chapter. Desmond Tutu said, "Hope is being able to see that there is light despite all of the darkness." So today, let's turn on some light and see where we find the hope. 2 Timothy 3:16 tells us that the Word of God is breathed out by God. It's profitable for teaching, for correction, and for training. And that's really what our first tool for defeating discouragement is. It begins with the Word of God. It begins with getting hope. So when we feel lack, it tends to be because our mind is set on something, or because of a disappointment in something, and we choose to feel that lack. So our thoughts tell us that our heart is believing that it's the end of the story, that it's all over, like that whatever we were waiting on, whatever we were hoping for, it's just not going to happen. But the truth is that when we put our hope in circumstances or in people or possessions, that we've put them in an unstable and inconsistent place, and that's when we eventually experience disappointment. So what we want to do is manage our mindset so that our hope is in the Word of God, and our hope is in a place that's truly going to bring results, because hope always wins. When hope is in a sure and true place, hope always wins. So the Psalms are full of encouraging sentences and paragraphs and stories about how we may feel a certain way, which is true, but the truth is that our hope is in God. So I love this one in Psalm 73 verse 6. My heart and flesh may fail, but God is the strength of my heart and my portion forever. So what that reminds us is that our heart and our flesh, our mind, will disappoint us at some point because we're fallible people. But God will never disappoint. God is our strength. And so we kind of want to start there. So this month, I challenge you to really pay attention to your thoughts and see, like when you're starting to get tripped up with discouragement, what was your hope in? What were you hoping for? And there's a couple of texts I want to point you to this month, in addition to the one in Psalms and 2 Timothy. And the first one is Hebrews 11, specifically verses 1 through 11, and then verses 17 through 19. Romans chapter 12, verse 2. And the last one is Philippians 4:8. So dig into those this month. Kind of, work with them whatever way you want to work with them. I like index cards and sticky notes. I like to have them out in front of me. I like to look at them at mealtime, different points throughout the day. I definitely start my day in the morning with them and end them in the evening so that they sort of bookend my mindset throughout the day. And then just make some journaling notes. Please, above all else, reach back out to me. Let me know how you're doing. I love being an encourager, but I love being encouraged by you. I adore each one of you. I'm so grateful that you're on this journey with me. And I'm Ann Say, mindset matters, and hope is a mindset matter.